hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches? I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're gonna
I don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches? I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel?
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me
You
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay.
Here now to 325 Gretna Green. He's back. Please.
Okay, what does he look like?
He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Could you just send somebody over here?
Okay, what is he doing there?
He just drove up again.
He just drove
somebody
up.
over.
Okay, wait a minute. What kind of car is he in?
He's in a white Bronco. The first.
Okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Nicole Simpson.
Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Thank you.
Wait a minute. We're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
I'm going nuts.
Okay, has he threatened you? Just harassing you?
You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to come in again.
Okay, just stay on the line.
I don't want to stay on the line. He's going to beat the shit out of
Wait a minute. Wait, just stay on the line so we can know what's going on till the police get there, okay? Okay, Nicole?
Uh-huh.
Just a moment. Does he have any weapons?
I don't know.
Okay.
He went home, now he's back.
Okay.
My kids are upstairs sleeping, and I don't want anything to happen.
Okay.
He broke the whole back door in.
And then he left and he came back?
And he came and he practically knocked my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids were sleeping in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him my phone book and put my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it.
The dispatch.
What?
What does he say? Unit, your domestic violence at 30 Christian 325 South Gretna Green Way is code too high. The suspect is now entered in the and it is refusing to leave. It's code too high. It's been 4221 RD 825 children involved. Just stay on the line, okay? Is he upset with something that you did?
Oh, a long time ago, it always comes back.
The days of competing for the best universities based on SAT, ACT scores are over. Harvard
emergency
Can you get
588.
someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please.
Okay, what does he look like?
He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Could you just send somebody over here?
Okay, what is he doing there?
He just drove up again.
He just drove
somebody
up.
over.
Okay, wait a minute. What kind of car is he in?
He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in.
Okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Nicole Simpson.
Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Thank you.
wait a minute. We're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
I'm going nuts.
Okay, has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you?
You're gonna hit.
Okay, Nicole?
Uh-huh.
Just a moment. Does he have any weapons?
I don't know.
Okay.
He went home. Now he's back.
Any paramedics or anything? Okay. You just want him to
Broke
leave.
my door. He broke the whole back door in.
And then he left and he came back?
Then he came and he practically knocked my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids were sleeping in there.
Okay.
And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him my phone book and clicked my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it.
The dispatch.
What?
What does he say? Just stay on the line, okay? Is he upset with something that you did? 911 emergency
Can you
588.
get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please.
Okay, what does he look like?
He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Could you just send somebody over here?
Okay, what is he doing there?
He just drove up again.
He just drove
somebody
up.
over.
Okay, wait a minute. What kind of car is he in?
He's in a white Bronco.
Theory is right, it would have to be another inmate. Jeffrey told me that he was very concerned about being incarcerated there. People were constantly commenting about him.
Someone who was charged with the kinds of crimes that Jeffrey Epstein was charged with, fooling around with 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, is going to be persona non grata even to the most vile of other prisoners. This is going to be repulsive.
I think
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
For a woman, any man forcing himself on her feels like a form of rape. There has to be consent Both of you want to talk. Both of you want to be friends. Both of you want to be more than friends, whatever it turns out to be. Both parties have to want the same thing. Both people want to work into business together. And if that's not the case, and a man is forcing himself on a woman, it feels like rape. I've been physically raped. I've been voyeur raped, Mr. Perry. Being stalked, it feels to us like rape. I don't care what you whiny little story you want to tell. For the woman, the victim, the only opinion that matters right now, you need to know, is mine. Yours does not matter. No one cares what you think, and no one understands why you think they would. Everybody's sick and tired of your whining. You're not the victim. I moved twice to get away from you, and to have no further no further contact, no further conflict, no fighting, no drama. And you have come to my home, broke into it, tore up everything I have, ran off all my family and friends, and raped me, and raped me, and raped me, and raped me, and then told me to leave my home, and I said no. I said no. We quoted you guys all fucking week. How much money did you spend to get us that intel? You stop raping me. You broke into my house. Get the fuck out of my house. If you don't like getting kicked in the teeth, get out of my home. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. Your whining got us some intel today because everybody's sick and tired of you. You're not the victim, and no one wants to hear what you have to say right now. No one cares. We're all sick of it. You're not the victim. What are you doing in Oklahoma? Why are you here? Why are you coming up here causing one catastrophic loss after another catastrophic loss after another catastrophic loss? Why can you not just leave everybody and everything the fuck alone? Now, to this thing that you got, there's 3 things that have the guys that told me what you said all fucking week long. This thing right here, this right here, they got me that. Who has that kind of power? Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Charles, Dave, Josh, Joe, Matt. Who has that kind of power? Or it got me that. Huh? Before you did it, not after, Mr. Perry. Or got me, this. Before you did it, sir, not after. If you notice the intel that we get, they got me this. Now, okay, this is part of the intel we got. You made a phone call to him. Was it him you were talking to? Again? And didn't he say something like, I think you're missing what she's trying to say with that puzzle. The point she's trying to make is, she got that when you had her illegally imprisoned. They got it to her while you had her locked up and kidnapped using the justice system. By law, I have to file a report with the cops, whether I want to or not. If I want to get a protective order against you, and if you're raping me in my house, that's a metaphor or not, I'm going to false arrest you, I'm going to murder you, I'm going to traffic you, then I need a protective order, and it's not up to you. Is it? It's not up to you at all. The law says you have to file a police report. It doesn't say you have to get it investigated and the cops have to be good cops and they have to find this or that. It says you got to file a police report and then we all got to go to court, which I've tried 11 times to get either a protective order or an injunctive order, and I wasn't ever in front of the fucking judge to show my evidence. You've never overcome my evidence or witnesses. You go in, you buy the judge, you have a secret ex parte hearing where nobody's there but you, and then it's all gone. That's happened so many times now, it's catching a lot of people's attention. Why is she never in court? 5 attorneys can't handle one girl, one chick with not a lick of law school? 5 seasoned old fart attorneys, not new guys fresh out of school, can't handle one woman with not a lick of law school that they won't even let her in court. And what's the harm in letting her in court to show evidence she doesn't have? If she didn't have any, what would matter? Clearly, as we can all see on Facebook here, she does. And they're scared of it. They're guilty. They're acting guilty. So what he said is the point she's making is that she knows people with a whole lot of power that have the ability to get her that puzzle while you had her locked up right up under your nose, and it wasn't up to you, was it? When we quote you, when is it up to you? We have always, since this one here, controlled the flow of information. The meaner you get to me, the meaner you are to Officer Neely, the meaner you are, the more you invade my privacy and butt into shit that doesn't concern you, the easier it is to get what you just said, because you're pissing people off. And he said, I think you're making a mistake in what she's trying to get across to you. No surprise there. He's got Huntington's disease. Impaired cognitive reasoning. It causes paranoia, delusion, hallucinations, and psychosis. I found out you had Huntington's disease by people who have a shit ton of power. That's what he said. The puzzle is not being brought up for any other reason right now, except that she's trying to let you know she knows people that can do that. This puzzle is very specific to me. The word me represents you are a selfish little butt-in and nothing more. The word sad represents the sadness. The word boo represents the fear. You cause fear and sadness. People don't like feeling fear and sadness. They don't like it at all. Nobody does. Boo is a private joke between one of the cops helping me and me. Going way back. Fabian was the guy that I was trying to, that I liked. I was trying to get to know him. And you butt in. And you cause a problem. Cause a problem where there wasn't one, as always. Wouldn't it be a problem if Charles Perry didn't walk in the room and cause one? And it intersects with the word hope. It's not just any name, it's his name. Right here. The word Fabian and hope intersect. These words right here together, not just in the same book or on the same page. They got that to me while you were hurting me. It made my heart happy when I got this puzzle. They're letting me know we got your back. This happened. We let him. You let a narcotics sale go, don't you? Then while I'm in jail, everybody's telling me he's gonna send you home, harass the fuck out of you, instigate, provoke, antagonize, pester, and take your money. And then when you talk about it, he'll say you're doing it. You're harassing him. He'll whine and complain, and he'll pretend like he's the victim. Yeah. Okay, so look at the date on that. That's exactly what you've done. Lucky complained about it. Pull her over, Lucky, pull her over, Lucky, pull her over, Lucky, pull her over. We got tired of being asked to pull her over. We got sick of that. She's not bothering anybody. She came up here. Look, do you see the big sign here? You sold me to her. You're caught. It's different when you do it to me. People, you got a lot of victims, and there's a lot of guys in this bullshit. Do the other girls know you have cameras in their homes? Do the other girls know you have them followed all over the place? Do the other girls know you limit their income? Do the other girls know you hack their phone, clone their phone? Do the other girls know, you're causing their problems? The other victims? But see, I know. You know how I know? The guys that have the power to get me that before you did it. The guys that have the power to get me... Yeah. You're not free. You're a slave to your desires. You have no control at all. You're weak. You are impotent. And you think you're some kind of artist, but you are not. You can't even control your weirdo problem. You have no control over your weirdo problem. Your weirdo problem that has been icked and slimed all over people in Oklahoma far too long. It controls you. You are its bitch. It is something that is vulgar. It is something that is offensive. It is absolutely as repulsive as what Jeff Epstein did. Jeff Epstein had cameras in his own house. How much more, and it pissed his friends off when they found out. How much more are people going to get pissed off when they find out you have cameras in their house? That's not your house, that's their house. No consent. You never had consent, right? Where's my pullover demands? Like a whole thing on you asking people to pull me over. Lucky didn't like it. We got shit to do. He said, I might call it a protective order in. Is that why you murdered him? You're not the victim. There is a man who was trying to help me sitting in a Florida state prison right now. Didn't have a mark on him. No head injury, no head bump. So how is it he's found unconscious and in respiratory distress about to die? He was in a drunken brawl. He hit the other guy. The other guy died. He hit the other guy so hard back and forth that his head became detached from his body, and the medical examiner said it was like he was in a car crash. It was that bad. So he's found drugged and unconscious, not a mark on him. Drugged and unconscious, not hit. So why did you kill Lucky? And why did you try to kill Mike and frame him? That's two of us that got some sort of poison or something put in our drinks. When we don't die, we oddly end up in jail. With no investigation on mine. Nothing. Nobody investigated mine. Not one person. I didn't get a blood draw. I didn't get any kind of tox test for arsenic or whatever that Dave said he put in a text that he put in my drinks. Well, and then he tells me, let your life fade away. Let us kill you. I can't promise it's going to end without death and destruction. Remember, I did tell you, if you're not going to recant your claims, I'm putting you in the lake. So, Lucky told more than one person that he was afraid that you, like weird kind of, sick, twisted shit in sex stuff, he said that no living woman would allow. And I believe him to be a necrophiliac, and I'm afraid he is sitting on his fat, lazy ass, fantasizing about sex with Cynthia's dead body. And it's not happening in my jurisdiction. It's not going to. I don't care what TPD did. I'm not going to let it happen in my jurisdiction. Is that why you this motive for murder? Murder in the first degree, isn't it? Didn't you ask me how I knew that Mike had to be begged to go? Wasn't that something that you asked? You sent a subpoena. You sent a copy of my subpoena right here. So you knew I was a witness. You don't tamper with a witness in a murder trial for sure. And the murder of a cop, no less. Listen, you bitches that sit around and listen to me, my podcast and all that crap, and do you not think that there are other cops that aren't stupid that have looked at this? There's a lot of phone calls that go to a lot of different police departments. Is it you? Are you helping her? Did you tell her Mike was drugged? Are you helping her? You don't think they're going to look at it? What are they talking about? Okay, so I'll finally get to... You asked me this question about 5 times. I've asked you before. You even say it. How do you know Mike had to be begged or coaxed to go? Yeah, Lucky was not the one that did the coaxing. I know you put that bullshit story out. That is not it. If it was Lucky, you wouldn't need to ask me that, would you? Lucky's deceased. It wouldn't matter if Lucky begged him to go. It only matters if you begged him to go. Because you're the killer. You premeditated all that. You wanted to get him to Pensacola where you could do what you did. If Lucky begged Mike to go, it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Right? Lucky's deceased. Lucky didn't have something planned. Lucky's a victim. So that didn't even make sense. Nothing you guys do does. The other thing that came up this week is somebody got mad and said, these guys have spent all these years, 6, 7, 8, 9 years now, getting nothing but caught. Never happened this much ever with anybody else. And she keeps saying, why is it different when you do it to me? And you act like you don't know that it's different when you do it to her. You just go right back at it. And the thing is that we've lost a lot of money trying to traffic her. Only to come up, only next thing we know, everything we said is all over the internet. Everything we said all week long is all over the internet. She's got stuff no one else has. Things are happening we've not seen before. And your focus, you had all that time while she's in the strip club to get her calmed down and get her to slip up. And she makes fun of you because you didn't. She taunts you with it because you didn't. And at this point, I mean, nothing's working. And the focus should have been on finding out who's helping her. Get her to slip up. Make her comfortable. Make her feel safe. And get her to say it accidentally or something. But you went at her and went at her and went at her. And nothing worked. And we just got more and more caught. And here we are 9 years later. And we got a lot of, we don't know what all they have. And what else going to be in your criminal trial. Why are we getting it? We're getting it for a criminal trial, Mr. Perry. Why? What else? I mean, did you think we're just bored? I mean, why would we be getting it? We got this week. This is today. Right? Oh, just tell her she didn't fit in at the club. And the guy's like, but that's not true, and it doesn't explain the very bad business decision the owner made, which he wouldn't have had Charles not pressured him to. Charles and Dave. So you can tell her that, and she's going to call you on your bullshit. Tell her she doesn't fit into the club anymore. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. But they recorded you saying that, so we got that. And now we know that you had planned to bullshit me with that. So your money that you spent for your, I suppose that I need a cover-up, bought us that. You act like you don't know that. You bought us that. I have help. And that's the rest of it, right? Right? You were trying to get my purse. You're trying to get my car. You're trying to get my driver's license. It's theft. Bunch of theft. Okay. And so we got it. Anyways, now this is the other problem. When my money looks like that, what do you want me to eat? Tuna all week? Tuna, can of beans? So that gets our guys all pissed off. When he said in March 2020, her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You do not contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly, ever again. She's not to be broke anymore. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You get your hands out of my wallet. I can make money. I do not need your help. I owned a business, more than one. Most of my life. I do not need your fucking help. This is your hand that feeds me? Really? Are you shitting me with that? Gosh, don't go all out or anything. I make my, Mr. Perry, when I met you, I was in my 40s. I've made money all my life. I worked in high school. You're not the hand that feeds me. You're the hand that's stealing what I can make all by myself. He said she's not to be broke and have to ask for help again. You get your hands out of her wallet. Or I'll do it for you. Do you like it when they get what you just said? He's doing that. He got me the Fabian puzzle. He's doing a lot of things. How many times did you talk to Fabian this week? Did he agree to help you? Is he up here? Is he up here coaxing and coercing for you? I think here's the thing with me and Fabian. I think that Fabian and I both know you want him to say your words. And that he knows I already know that, and I'm not going to go for that. He and I both already know that. And not only do we already know that, we've said that over and over and over and over. I don't want to hear your words. I want to hear his words. I don't want to hear your words coming out of my cousin, my uncle, my sons. I don't want to hear your words at all. And right now, you're way past the time that you're caught on that. Everybody knows that's what you're trying to do. When we get information, you've pissed everybody off with you've done something harmful to me. You've posed a threat to me in some way. And everybody's furious with you. And everybody's sick and tired of you. I didn't invite you here. And I don't care what you think. Didn't ask you. What we all said is, don't contact me again. Comply with the law. Get your hands out of my wallet. Stop raping me. And get the fuck out of my life. So, because you did this, what my prosecutor guy said is we're charging him with witness tampering and coercion. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. You're stealing what I can make all by myself. And I'm not an invalid, sir. I'm in my 4th year of college. I had a 3.9 GPA until you jammed up my computer and got me kicked out. I'm living in my car, and it's still 3.6. 3.6. It's still 3.6. When you did all that, I couldn't turn in assignments because you jammed up my computer. It wouldn't work. You guys sit around, bunch of old fart men, boring, bizarre lames. I can't get a date the normal way. Sit around and have a meeting and try to figure out how to make me fail. How many of you men try to make one woman fail? I'm going through all the shit you've done to me. Having to ditch tails, having to sleep in my car, only getting to eat once or twice a week, take a bath once or twice a week. You take my car. You have me, I go back to work at my club, and then you have me bullied out of that. Now what am I going to do for money now? Again, I have to figure that out. Then you take my money, you jam out my dash app, so I can't make money doing that. And I still have a 3.6 GPA in my 3rd year of college, criminal justice college, as it turns out. So, people are impressed with me, not with you. Because you have your big group of dudes with a lot of money who sit around and try to figure out how to make me fail. One woman. That's not impressive. That's strange-o. You guys have too much time on your hands. Get a life. Everybody's sick of your soap opera. We are busy. We have shit to do. Work, productive work, normal work. Work that we don't have to buy one judge or one cop ever to cover up. We don't have to tamper with any witnesses. We don't have to threaten and harass anybody at all. We go to work. We have goals. We achieve the goals. We have family. We hang out with our families. I'm in school. Some people are in school. And we don't have to buy one judge. We don't have to intimidate one person into lying about anything. And you bitches you fail. You just fail. And your conduct is offensive. And that's why we can get information and nobody will help you at all. It won't help you. You ask me every day who told on me, and I will never help you. I never have, never will. And we don't know why you keep asking. Because every time you contact me, we get more. Every time you take my money, we get more. People don't like that shit. Crime was 2nd on the list in a midterm polling. Get rid of that shit. We don't like crime. Get the fuck rid of it. Why'd you think they'd like yours? Huh? DoorDash is not happy. Our guys tell me. Do you think they don't talk to him? Why would they not talk to DoorDash? They said they're not happy that their app is being used for criminal activity. We're helping them deal with that. So, yeah. I can't barely eat with that. I have, they have a forensic accountant that he's DoorDashed in Tulsa. What makes you think he didn't start DoorDashing before? Because I always tell them beforehand, this is what I'm thinking about doing. We don't tell you. We make sure you don't know anything about it. Then they start running tests. They start checking into stuff like Upworks. They start setting up stuff. So when you call and tell them, make sure she doesn't make any money, they catch you doing that. We've already told you that's what they do. They're really good at what they do. You guys. You think they didn't cover their bases? You think they don't know that stuff? Somebody said, how does Cyndi, when she does a sting up, know when to lie and when to tell the truth, and what questions to ask and how to ask them, and what tone of voice, and how does she know how to do all that? And the guy said, it's instinct. You're born with that. You can't teach that. And he's right. Okay, so there's 40 cops, and me, and a shrink, and a forensic accountant. And all those 40 cops know how to do, a lot of them know how to do what I know how to do, only better. How many times have you talked to them and didn't know it? And you think they're not going to think that before I'm thinking maybe I should do DoorDash and I'm going to tell them that? They're going, all right, well, let's get everything set up. Let's start looking into, because they'll fuck with it. We already know that. I just showed you the Oklahoma City police know it. You got sex traffickers, they're going to fuck with your money. They're going to fuck with your money. They want to control you with your money, with money. It's common knowledge, dumbass. So, I mean, this guy was mad about how much money you've spent on a cover-up you didn't get. You're buying us a lot of intel. Every time you take my money, we get something like that. We want to get our purse, get our driver's license, get our purse. And everybody's like, how did she find out before we did it? I'll change everything, won't I? There's certain orders I will not take. That's the thing. I could have made money at, say, I get an order for Target, but I know that you guys had talked all day long about having someone order from me at Target and get my car while I'm in there shopping. So I don't take orders from Target. So we change things because we find out before, not after. We change everything. If I know you want Broken Arrow Police to pull me over, so you try to get me dashing in South Tulsa, or you want Jinx Police to pull me over, because you guys are big on the police pullovers. I just showed a whole album on it. Call in a police pullover. Call in the police pullover. Talk about corruption. Defunding the police was about a corrupt cop, was it not? Derek Chauvin, didn't he behave corruptly in murdering a man right in front of the whole world? Those are the kind of cops we don't want in policing. We don't want to defund police. We just don't want those in it. So you guys call it. We get her in get her in South Tulsa, so we can have somebody in Broken Arrow PD pull over, and then and then what? And then what? Do what? So then I don't want to DoorDash over there. I hear you talking about it. I changed all my plans to avoid you. I moved to Oklahoma. It was the second time I moved to get away from you and that. And when you do it to me, we catch it before, not after. And it's very, very different with me than your other victims. And why is that? And this guy was like, we've spent shit tons of money with this only to get caught before. And they had 6 years to get her to slip up and tell us who is doing this. And they fucked it up. And then she went back and they had another chance at it, and they fucked it up. And at this point, I think no more money spent on this until they get everybody relaxed and maybe find some way before we all go to jail and they pull the plug on this and we're all arrested, to figure out who the fuck these people are. You got to get her to slip up. Nobody slips up and they're guarded. Well, I'm not giving you a ham. Please know that when I say that, we're making fun of you. That you didn't think of that by yourself. Criminals are stupid, or they wouldn't be criminals, right? You want to frame me for a murder. You got my types in my phone. We got your fingerprints. We got your DNA. We got a bloody handprint. We got a gun. I've never held a gun. So you don't have a gun that I've used because I've never used a gun. You can duplicate fingerprints and handprints. Now they're starting to use, for security purposes, vein scans, because too many people were breaking into places by duplicating a fingerprint. I took forensic science. They show you how to do it right on a video. It's on YouTube. Anybody can learn how to duplicate somebody else's fingerprint or handprint. They don't even do that anymore. I don't kill people. If I wanted somebody dead, it would be you. You're the person I have the motive to kill. You're fine. That's not my way. There's 40 cops watching everything you do and everything I do. They gave me this. Don't you think they'd know if I killed somebody? Isn't it going to be weird if you guys false arrest me on a murder there's no way I could have done or would have done? I don't even know who's dead. And then you guys get all arrested, and in your trial, all the evidence comes out that you did that, you framed me, and you planned it, and might too. What are you going to do then? How are you guys going to explain that to the media? Huh? We said don't be factually ignorant. It'll kick your ass later. TPD, didn't we not say that, Judy? Judy Parker? You can't afford to. You can't afford to. You better know what we know. So, if I'm quoting you, don't you think maybe we all know? You got any other victims that know they were trafficked before they were trafficked? And to who? Our information is very detailed, very specific. It's very, very, it goes into very, very, I got the who, what, when, where, how, who, right? Yeah, I mean, it's specific, isn't it? I mean, is that not specific? This goes back to in 2019, then he wrecked it. So he might vary it a little, right? Just tell her she didn't really fit in at that club. Wow. Okay. I have names: Geppetto, Lucius, Calvin, Beverly, Sanjay. Right? We got names. Who's Monique? Where's she right now? Lawrence, Andrew, James, Ruben, Richard, Dickey, Ringtone Richard. We heard so many phone calls to Richard telling him, get her ringtone Richard, that we now call him Ringtone Richard. So now if everybody goes into court and they start talking about Richard getting my ringtone for some reason, but we did say, we told you. This is very, very specific information. Look at that. When you contact me, Perry, we get more. When you contact me, it pisses all our guys off because he told you to stop doing that. It's not consensual. It's not consensual. And you do it anyway. And it makes me feel raped. I've been physically raped, and that makes me feel raped too. I don't like being watched in my home. It makes me feel raped. It's not consensual. It's not consensual at all. So we go through all this. Do I go to work out to the club and they take my car and I get jerked off the stage like they've been planning and I have to sign an affidavit? She wasn't supposed to know there was an affidavit. She wasn't supposed to know you have Huntington's disease. We get the who, what, specifics. Okay? So if you're trying to frame me for a murder and at your criminal trial it comes out that you were trying to frame me for a murder, that's going to make TPD look awfully weird, don't you think? Jerk her off the stage, make her sign the affidavit, make her pose for these wedding pictures so Perry can cover up the forgery he did in 2019 that Lucky asked about before he died. Whisk her off to Houston, get her a bus pass. Calvin is big on the bus pass. Get her a bus pass and, kill her so she can't come back later and say she didn't sign the affidavit. I mean, I'm just saying what you guys said all week. Your money bought us a hell of a lot of intel. You want to, you take my chunk change here, so I'm stuck eating tuna twice a week if I'm lucky, right? And Saeed, when I dated Saeed, see, I have been around. I'm not 20. When Saeed and I used to date, gosh, that guy used to take me to Bertolini's all the time, and I don't think he spent less than $30 a plate, and we went out to eat pretty much every night. Once in a while, he'd cook chicken curry or something. He's a Pakistani guy. And, but I don't think he spent less than $30 a plate. He made sure I didn't miss a meal. He started a business for me. My ex-husband cooked for us and supported my career. He worked full-time, came home, helped me take care of the kids and get homework done and get them all ready for bed and back to school. The next day, while I ran my business, I had a nanny that helped me twice a week. Otherwise, he helped me. What a lot of times I did was paperwork and shit in the daytime or scheduling appointments in the daytime. When he was at work and he'd get home about 3, he worked from about 4 or 5 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. And then from 3 to 5, I'd go see doctors. And then after that, I'd go see all my patients. So in the evening, he was the nanny. But we ate, he took care of the family. It was different with him because we had kids to take care of. Then when I'm dating Saeed, there was no kids, so he could afford it. We could just go eat dinner every night out at some real nice restaurant. $30 a plate minimum. And here's what you guys do. Why doesn't she like me? Why won't she be my girlfriend? I don't date a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. I don't date a man unless he respects my boundaries. Neither Saeed or my ex-husband called any of my friends or my parents and my family and then tried to turn them against me. They didn't call them at all. Or try to get information on my car to figure out how they could take it away. They made sure I had a car. They made sure I had a place to live. They made sure I had lights on. They made sure I had food to eat. Even if it was just supporting my career. I can make my money. I can make my own money. I don't need your help. My clinic was 1 of 10 in the country like that. That was that comprehensive. There's other clinics like it, but not as comprehensive as mine. It was only like 10 of us that did all of it. It was usually either physical therapy or medical equipment. People had a physical therapy clinic or they had a medical equipment business. There was only about 10 of us that had all of it. We did it. We did everything. So I started that $1,500 in the hole and built my business up to where I could. It was just medical equipment. I built my business up to where I could expand to do everything. I got inquiries from all over the world, internationally, about my business. Okay, so I'm not stupid. There's pictures of me with federally elected officials, Mr. Perry. You act like I'm a teenage runaway. I'm not a teenage runaway, sir. That's, So this is what your intel bought us, Mr. Perry. What did he say? Yep. I don't think he's getting the point that she's trying to make with the puzzle. The point she's making with that puzzle is that somebody cares about her enough and has a lot of power that they were able to get that to her while she was illegally incarcerated. And it wasn't up to Perry or Lucius or Calvin or David. So, what else can he do? What do you think he's planning to do with all the intel we got today and this week? You want to take my purse? You want to take my driver's license? You want to take my computer? You want to do whatever you can do to make me easier to traffic. Just take my life down to nothing, where it's just destitute, nothing, and then I'm just easier to traffic, easier to coerce. And we've said it over and over and already. You're caught. It's different when you do it to me. Why is that? When Mr. Perry continues to ignore the law, don't invade my privacy, don't contact me or my family, and don't get your hands out of my wallet. I'm not to be broke anymore. Or he'll do it for you. Same way he got me that puzzle. Same way he told me what you guys said all fucking week long. So, we're getting tired of repeating ourselves. People are busy, Mr. Perry. We've got activities and things that we have to do and things we have to accomplish and get done while you sit on your fat ass wasting everybody else's time. And we got to say it over and over, and you still don't get. We don't have time for that. We do not have time for that. I don't know why you do. But you're in my home. You've ripped up my life. Nobody invited you here. You broke in. You've ripped up my life. You have raped me long enough. And so you don't tell me to get out of my house. And don't complain if I'm kicking you out of my house. Nobody invited you in it to begin with. You don't have consent. You live in Lubbock. You have a wife named Jacqueline and kids Jordan and Matthew. And your place is in Lubbock. And everybody wonders, why the fuck are you here all the time? And what lie do you tell them to come here all the time? You realize I've lived in Oklahoma for 9 years. You have no business being here. And I don't want you here. I didn't invite you here for a reason. Everybody's sick of you. So when we quote you guys, before you throw a fit and act like you're the victim, please understand that the reason we're getting this, the reason it's easy for us to get this, is everybody's sick of y'all. And you really need to understand just how sick of you they are. Everybody's tired of watching me be broke because you take my money. Everybody's tired of watching you try to traffic me. I don't want to be trafficked. I said no. Everybody's sick and tired of watching you try to put me back in jail to force it. Everybody's sick and tired of you bothering us. All of us. Your money that you're spending is buying us all this. It bought us all that. All that intel. Every time I quote y'all, that's what it bought. And you gotta know that by now. Okay? What's this one say? Make her leave Oklahoma. Tell her she can't go back out to that club. She just doesn't fit in there anymore. Okay, so whatever money you spent to try to get your lie and your cover up and frame me for something and make me sign an affidavit that I wasn't supposed to know about the affidavit. I wasn't supposed to know that I was trafficked. Wasn't supposed to know you have Huntington's disease. But I do. Why is it different when you do it to me? I mean, we're just at a loss. I mean, like, who the fuck is this stupid?
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
So, how many times have you told Fabian
Select to speak.
come up here and tell me one thing or another? How many? And I told you he will not help you. I said he's not going to help you. He's not stupid. He knows. I already know that you're going to make him say your words, not his. I don't think he really wants to talk to me at all until he can say his own words. I think that's pretty much everybody's sick and tired of saying your words. I know your words. I moved to Oklahoma not to have to hear your words, Mr. Perry. Witness tampering, coercion charge. The act is grand larceny with intent to coerce, interference with commerce with intent to coerce, interference with contracts with intent to coerce, deprivation of basic rights and needs, food and shelter with intent to coerce. Can you live with that? You can live with your choices, right? How much money did you pay out so that we could repeat everything you said all week long? Yeah, who has it? What's the plan to do with that? What do you think they're going to do with that? Why is it different when you do it to me? Why is it different when you do it to me? If they can figure out how to use me to get you elected and all this other, get me a puzzle in jail with Fabian's name on it, not yours, you're just the butt in. Don't call him again and ask him questions. Don't do it. It's a mistake. Do not do it again. Don't ask him to be your bitch. He's told you no. I said that's what he would do. Didn't I? I said he's not going to help you. Didn't I? So, don't call my family. Don't call him. Don't call my kids. Butt out of our business. It's different when you do it to me. And the faster you get there and understand that, the better off you'll be. You've dug yourselves in a deep, deep hole because you just, things don't click for you. Even though I quote you every day, you're still not getting it. It's different when you do it to me. There is a plan to do with all this stuff that we get, don't you think? You think there would be no plan? What are they going to do to you? When are they going to do it? They're going to arrest you. When? When they're done. When they're ready. When they're ready. They have a plan. They're very strategic people. In case you missed that. Very, very strategic. I don't know what you guys that are trying to frame me for something are going to do when it comes out in there. I'm talking about it now. I'm not sitting in jail now. It's not an afterthought to explain something away. We're saying it now that he's trying to. If it was prostitution by sock, it was get her to ask that cop if he wants drugs, and then we'll get her on drugs trafficking. Then it was give her jewelry, and then we'll say she stole the jewelry, Terry. There's been 20 different things, you guys. There was Caitlin Arquette's murder. You were trying to frame me for that. If you Google on this is the blog. Here's the disclaimer. We don't really give a fuck what you think. But right here, there's a search bar. Do a search bar on second false arrest, frame up murder. And there's stuff going back to 2016 and 17. You did tell Fabian in 2016, I will find a way to lock her up again. And she won't get out this time unless she's with me. You need to give up. I heard the recording. I've heard it more than once. You told him that. I've heard it more than once. And it wasn't your place to tell him that. It's not your decision. I decide who I want to be with, and that's not you. You don't have my consent. Okay? This TPD is what you're supposed to do for victims of crime. Stalking. Yeah, I think everybody's had it with you, too, also. This documents everything. Okay? Equal protection applies to me. It applies to Sadie. It applies to everybody who you're trying to traffic. It's illegal to traffic. It's illegal to coerce. It's illegal to hack. And DoorDash really doesn't want you using their app for criminal activity, okay? They'd like you to stop. So stop. Or you have to pay the legal consequences. And they're coming. They'll come. I mean, these guys are making those decisions. I don't get to make those decisions. We document quite a lot here or on Facebook. So that means there's a recording of it somewhere. Now, there's a lot of times I don't say something depending on how risky or dangerous it might be. I may not say anything at all, but I'll change my plans. I won't do what you want. Yeah. All right. And with the going back out to the club, I told you there's one way I would go back out to the club, pretty much. I wanted to waitress, and that's what I wanted to do. And you didn't have the right to have your little bitch bully me out, did ya? She's not near as qualified as I am, and everybody knows that. And there's no way the owner would have let her do that had you not told him to let her do that. I don't want to dance anymore. I really don't. Right now I have injuries. I pretty much can't. If you wanted people to talk to me and see if they could get me relaxed and slipping up, I'd have been out there. Thing is, I keep catching your crime, so some of you don't want me out there, and we all know that. Because you want to keep doing your crime out there. The owner didn't even know the shit you were doing in his club, using his property, his utilities, to conduct your business. He didn't know. He might know now if you guys told him to listen to my podcast. Now he knows that you're conducting criminal activity using his building, doesn't he? Charles, if you ask me one more time, is that leaking? Is it your boss leaking? Is it your family? You don't understand the holy hell these guys are going to land on you with both feet like a ton of bricks with the law. You're going to wish you had never met me. Don't contact me anymore. I've never helped you. I will never help you. I fucking want you to shut up. Get away from me. Stop raping me. Leave me alone. Get the fuck away from me. Get the hell away from me. Please leave me the fuck alone.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is big.
That's okay. I don't care.
Alright, here's the other thing that I wasn't supposed to find out before Mike Neely was drugged. I said it in March 2020. Depositions weren't taken until May. And then it wasn't on the docket until June or July. And yet, how did I know? How did I know Mike Neely was drugged? Not knocked out in a drunken brawl because he was hit and has a bump on his head and a concussion. He didn't have any injuries. He wasn't in a fight. One of y'all were. Somebody slipped him a little something in his drink, opioids. He passes out, and Lucky's fighting with him over what? What'd you put in his drink that made him pass out? What do you think we're gonna do with all that information, that intel? And when are we gonna do it? What's our plan? And nobody owes you the answer to that. But I'll tell you what. The more you bother me, the more we get. And y'all still don't get that, do you? You go right back at it. Yeah. So, does the owner now know that you're conducting illegal prostitution out of his business, using his building? You're using his utilities. You're using his staff. Huh? I mean, he needs to know, don't you think? Do you make him listen to these? Okay. Well, I said leave me the fuck alone. Get off me, rapist, and get out of my home. Whatever we do, whatever I do, is never up to you. Nobody asked you what you think or what you want, did they? I said comply with the law. My guy said comply with the law and fuck off.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is big.
And when we quote you, it's not up to you. And we'd like you to stop butting into your things that are my business that don't concern you in the least. That puzzle depicts you perfectly. You're selfish and you're just a butt-in. Just a butt-in. You're just exactly like Connie Curry. Just butt into this and butt into that. Uninvited. And everybody's going, get some fucking manners. Get a life. Boring. Get a fucking life.
That's okay. That's okay.
Alaskan Air.
That's okay.
She never says, what do you think about my clothes? She doesn't give a fuck what he thinks, does she? She said, leave me alone. 6 times. What's the deal with you guys have to have everything repeated?
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
Okay, and lastly, those bond conditions where it says you're supposed to leave me the fuck alone. I sued you for breach of contract. Because the second my feet hit Oklahoma dirt, you went at it again. You said, I'll leave you alone. And then you didn't. You start typing in my phone. You hacked it. Hacking, voyeurism, and stalking are a crime. You've already been told once. I'm not going to do anything unless you can tell me where she is without it breaking the law. No stalking, no hacking, no peeping. You can't tell me where she's at and how you know she's at that location to do something or say something or get her car from her or go digging around in her purse and hopefully she'll leave it where I can get to it without her consent. Unless I know where she's going to be and at what time she's going to be there by legal means. The bond conditions was your promise to never contact me or anybody I know ever again. So, you breached that contract. No, I sued you for breach. You got that one thrown out too. No hearing. It's a pattern. Here's the thing. We spot a pattern the second time you do it. It doesn't take us 10 years. We're still, every day, let's get up and do the same thing and get caught. And we can't spot the pattern. And the guy he was not wrong when he said the first thing you should have done is try to get her to slip up as to who these guys are. And the only way you get somebody to slip up is if they're not afraid and there's rapport built and there's some trust. And they have guards down. Even if she's been told you cannot say. If she gets her guard down enough, she might slip up. But you guys have gone at her with everybody she knows. She's not going to trust anybody else for a long, long time. And that should have been the focus from the beginning. How much more evidence did in intel and quote you, and I found out this and I found out that, since March 2020 when he said, you are not to invade her privacy anymore. You do not contact her or her family ever again. After you start threatening me when we found out Mike was drugged. Do not contact me, you sick bitch. Don't contact me. We get more when you do. You getting what you want doing that? She's not to be broke anymore. Leave those people alone. Leave those people the fuck alone. Go back to Lubbock, be with your kids and your grandkids, and stop going to Oklahoma and icking your slime all over everybody. We get information like that Because everybody's sick and tired of you. Anyway, we've said that a lot to kind of make fun of you because this is so easy, it's not even fair. Some of that's just, common sense. And y'all can't even do that. It's so easy, it's not fair. And you'll get up tomorrow and do it all again, and we'll quote you again all day, and I'll spend the whole day typing up everything y'all said. It's been that way for 7 years. McNamara email was the first you know of, but not the first. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't like you. You don't have consent to contact me. You don't have my consent to peep on me. You don't have my consent to hack me. You sure shit don't have my consent to take my money or traffic me or call my family or call Fabian. Butt out of other people's lives and business. Nobody invited you here. You're a pathetic reject, too stupid to figure out how to just go be normal. You can't control your weirdo problem. You can't. You don't have that kind of power. Everybody's sick of you. So the guys that can get me the power, I guess my guy goes, Matt finally quit saying that you ingratiated yourself to locals and that they were tipping you off every time they tried to do the next angle at the second false arrest to carry out what you told Fabian you were going to do. I'll lock her up. You said it in 2016. I'll lock her up. She won't get out this time unless she's with me. You give up. You don't have the right to say that to him, and it's not your decision. I'll decide who I want in my life and who I don't. And you're not what I want in my life. He is. My family is. Whatever capacity Fabian's in my life is between me and Fabian. It doesn't concern you, does it? I did say he's not going to help you, and he hasn't. You think he's going to, all of a sudden today, now, do it? He knows that I know he'll be speaking your words, not his. Okay? We can get a lot of intel from a lot of places, sir. And it really doesn't concern you. You're just the butt-in. You're just a butt-in. And for anybody that really thinks that this is about a romance anyway, I have oceanfront property in Arizona for sale for you. It's about trafficking. He thinks he's bait. I wasn't supposed to know there was an affidavit or that he had Huntington's disease. Right? Or that you want to get in my purse. Or when and where you want to try to take my car. Or Mike was drugged. That was a pretty significant bit of intel, don't you think? And we got it. So, I quoted y'all all fucking week. And y'all sit around and go, well, it just doesn't, when he pesters her and takes her money, things don't work out. But it's a pattern now. Can't you spot a pattern after 10 years? We spot it the second time you do it. 2 of us got drugged. 2 of us didn't die. 2 of us end up false arrested with perjury statements and crap. We now do the Brady violation that I did for my traffic court brief. Brady violation and intentional concealment of a material fact that could change the outcome. I just copy and paste now. It's a pattern. Yeah, it's called an emerging MO. Don't you have, can't you spot a pattern? When you do the crime, to me, it's different. Why is that? Yeah, you guys are not all there.